Hey, what's up everyone? If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you will notice I'm a huge fan of Berserk and Dark Souls. And I'm pretty sure that lots of fans, including myself, notice that the Souls and Bloodborne games have heavy inspiration from the manga Berserk. So, on this video, I will try my best to name as much as possible Berserk influences in the Souls game. This video will also contain spoilers from the Berserk franchise since I have to explain the references. I wanted to start the video with Demon Souls, but the problem is that I haven't beaten the game yet, so I haven't explored the game deep to know any references. So unfortunately, I will skip over Demon Souls and start on Dark Souls. I will eventually in the future do a Demon Souls video, but for now Dark Souls. Well, the first influence I could think of is one of the blacksmiths in the Undead Bird, named Andre. Now, Andre and Gondok, they don't look alike, but they do have similar traits. Both are like old white beard men who love to blacksmith, and they are always seen working on weapons. Also, the big nod to Berserk is when Andre dismisses the chosen undead.
Don't get yourself killed.
Gondok says this to Guts in Berserk in the anime as well. Another similar influence is the Red Eye Orb. The Red Eye Orb is an item used by the protagonist to invade another world. In Berserk, we have a behemoth. It's a round-shaped item which has parts of a face, including the eye, nose, and mouth. In Berserk, this item was used by Griffith to summon himself to another realm. And if that isn't convincing enough, then check out the apostle resembling the behemoth. The Skull Knight, which is another character who uses the behemoth, invades the Eclipse to rescue Guts and Casca from the ritual. So yeah, the Red Eye Orb and behemoth, they have their similarities. Speaking of invading worlds, when Griffith used the behemoth, we saw it emerge between the world they was at and another realm. And we saw demons emerging into the surface. In a way, the way they stare looks similar to something in the original Dark Souls DLC, the Humanity Phantoms. The way they emerge and stare blankly reminds me of the eclipse scene of the demons emerging in Berserk. It's also worth mentioning that in chapter 139, we also see humans participating in an evil orgy staring blankly as well. I won't show the orgy, but the expressions. It's also worth mentioning when Guts was surrounded by demons, we see some apparitions that resemble the serpents. This is more of a reference, not a visual influence. We have an apprentice merchant by the name of Rickert. Characters from both Berserk and Dark Souls have the same name, and both are apprentices of blacksmithing of a certain art. The man serpents in Sen's fortress resemble the serpent apostle in Berserk. I believe his name was Phil in the anime. To be fair, this isn't the first time From Software used a man serpent in their games. I believe it was also used in King's Field, so this connection could be a huge coincidence. This one too might be just a coincidence, but Zod the Immortal looks like the Taurus Demon. I think it's just a coincidence mainly because Zod has wings and looks more demonic. So this reference could be dismissed, but I thought I'd mention it anyways. It's also worth mentioning that the Capra Demon got its influence by the Goat Apostle in Berserk. The Witch Beatrice has a huge similarity to one of the recent main characters in the manga. In fact, in the prototype of the game, Beatrice was supposed to be a child resembling more of the character. Both characters travel with the main character to another realm. In Berserk, she travels with Guts to a different realm. In Dark Souls, the Witch Beatrice can be summoned to assist the chosen undead to take out the four kings, and boy, is she useless. The Hellkite Drake on top of the castle poses too much of a coincidence, but I could find it cool that I had to mention it. Both Berserk and Dark Souls have pillars created by skeletons and corpses. The skeleton wheels also make a similar reference to Berserk. Not exactly, but it's worth mentioning. Also in the painted world, we can see an impaled corpse covered by crows, There's also skeleton wheels in this location as well, and we see this also in Berserk. The main character Guts from Berserk has a Berserk armor. He unleashes by getting in touch with his dark side. The armor sets resemble Artorias from the DLC. Speaking of Guts, the Balder armor resembles Guts' armor from his Golden Age days in the Band of the Hawk. Also, the Balder Knight makes his stance very similar to when Griffin was fighting against Guts in the beginning of the Golden Age arc.
There's also an armor that resembles Bozuzo.
The armor I'm referring to is the Caterina Onion armor. We also have Pinwheel, which looks like a sorcerer with multiple masks, 3 to be exact. But in Berserk, we have a weird entity, really creepy. This is just a coincidence name reference, nothing major, but both Berserk and Dark Souls have characters named by the 4 kings. No visual comparison, but just had to mention the name. Once again, I think it's just a coincidence. Another stretch to mention is how the Berserk armor has this twisted look like the 4 kings. This might be a stretch, but both Berserk and Dark Souls have a crystal dragon. There's Seath the Scaleless dragon, and then there's Grubbo, whatever his name is. In a way, the brass armor resembles the character Locust. What do you think? The Moonlight Butterfly looks like Rosine in her true apostle form. Another thing worth mentioning is from Griffith. He shares some common traits from a boss character named Gwyndolin, in which both characters are feminine male characters with white hair and share some connections with a Darkmoon. In Griffith's case, it's a eclipse, but in Gwyndolin's case, it's an illusionary sun covered by the dark moonlight. There's Hydra, snakes with multiple heads, enough said. The Dark Wraith has some influences from the Skull Knight. There's a staff that resembles a weapon used by one of the monks in Berserk. It's no doubt that the creator Miyazaki is a huge fan of the manga Berserk, and who could blame him? The story is good. I'm pretty sure there's more stuff from Berserk, but I just wanted to mention some of the most notable ones in the original Dark Souls. Well, that's all I have for this video. If you're a fan of Berserk and Dark Souls, rate the video, comment, and if you didn't know about these references, make sure to subscribe for more content. I am out. Peace.